Hi, welcome to this demo display of a crucial application. I consider it worth being owned by any business owner, an entrepreneur, or if you're rendering services, as long as you have clients that you need to generate invoice and to send invoices, Proforma Invoice, be it uh, purchase order, generally for billing system and in addition to stock management, employee management, and a whole lot. And if you have someone who is a little bit confused about the quantity of items in a shop, or perhaps has different shop locations and different places, and can't say what goes on in the locations, and has problem with record keeping and the activities that goes on in each of the shops or warehouses, as the case may be, this is a perfect application for such person. There's a whole lot. It's a power-packed and top-notch application. It's developed on um, Code Igniter, a PHP framework, and that makes it very fast to load, and you're going to enjoy it. So work with me while we go through the platform. But before we do, let's have a breakdown of the items um, being managed by this application. Yes, the features rather that you are likely going to see, or that you are going to see while navigating, and depending on your choice or your concern, you can walk through what you want, or it can be customized based on what you want. But these are the list of obtainable features on this platform. One, you have multiple stores. You can create multiple stores, as many as you want, under one common brand, which we are going to see right away. So take for instance on this demo platform, Xenotrix, I'm logging in as a super admin. Right, so here I have multiple stores. I have two store locations. There's one in Abuja, there's one in Lagos. You can have it oversee anywhere in the world. In this case, I as an admin, I can switch between each of the locations that I want to have a look at what goes on in the location. And excuse me, you have this location icon here that tells you if peradventure this is not showing, or you're a little bit confused, or in a mobile view, you can just click on this location icon. It tells you where you are. This is Xenotrix Lagos. And if I switch Abuja, it loads in few seconds. As you can see, though I'm using a mobile data, yet it loads quite fast. As I said earlier, it's developed by Cogniter of PHP framework. Yeah, this is it. It shows you Xenotrix Abuja. Okay, so there are a whole lot of bunch of settings here, depending on what you want. But this is what we're going to go through. So let's go back. This for multiple stores. You can create multiple stores under one brand. Assign stores to an employee. An employee in a store will not be able to access activities. Employee in a store A won't be able to access activities in a store B. So what this means is, in here, take for instance in Xenotrix Lagos, right? I have created an employee who will be working, sorry, not here, create an employee who will be working as either says, okay, yeah, there is sales manager and business owner. This particular sales manager here, Lagos sales manager, okay, This Lagos Sales Manager has the ability to um, manage activities, raise invoice, stock, depending on the permission he's been granted to do in Lagos only. In other words, if he logs in into his profile, he will not have access to Abuja. So whatever activity this guy does is going to be domiciled in Lagos only. He will not be able to see clients in Abuja. He will not be able to see stocks added to Abuja location. That is what it means here. So we're going to see this phase by phase. We're going to create different video demonstrations. So another one, you have invoicing. Okay, so one of the features there is invoicing. That is here. If you come to this, we're still in Lagos sales, you have sales invoice. You can generate new invoice. You can manage existing invoice. Generating new invoice is this. But before you generate new invoice, ensure you've added a client. Okay, so here we already have invoices generated, one for Chooks, then to a working client. As the case may be, Chooks has been paid and cleared. This one is due, it hasn't been paid. You can see it gives you the differentiate them with colors, the status of this invoice. Green shows you the client has already paid and everything, the transaction closed. This implies that this excuse me, working client is still owing on 118,000 naira. Okay, so let's just click one and have a look at how it looks. Okay, so this is the way the invoice looks like. That's for you, the interface, the person generating the invoice. Okay, okay, so assuming we want to have an exact look at how this invoice looks like, let's try to print. This is how the invoice is going to look like. So this color here could be changed to your desired color preference. Okay, so it tells us, oh, this is for service, not actually a physical goods. That's 5 Mbps bandwidth subscription. That's around 18,000 naira for 2 months. Total days. There's no VAT added here, so it's not showing any VAT. But this is just the way the invoice looks like. All these are subject to customization. You can use whatever acronym you want for the invoice. Okay, that's that. You can change this color here. Okay, but the color, this gray color is just to depict the logo that we have for Xenotrix. Alright, so you can email this to your client if you want by clicking here. Say invoice notification. That's if you want your client to be getting this invoice on mail, by then you must have made changes on your email settings. You can send the invoice notification. You can payment reminder, payment received. It's going to generate a payment receipts, kind of payment overdue, whatever you want. Okay, so you can also make payment, but this has already been cleared, so it's showing 0 here. So let's go back to one more here, and the manage invoice, the one that is being owned, this working client. Yeah, so let's try to make payments. Yeah, this is showing 118,000, meaning the payment is not being made. Okay, so we can see cash or bank, let's say bank, the payment is being made in. So I've not added any bank account, but once you add a bank interface to generate it here. So let's say we'll make payment. Once the payment has been made, automatically this invoice status changes to paid. Okay, and that clears it. Alright, that's for that. So let's go back again. Can customize the tax rate per product, yes. Select tax type for delivery node, Proforma Invoice, custom discount rate per product, integrated stock manager, online payment, decent invoice printing, as you've seen already. But let us take a look at delivery note or Proforma invoice. Stay on this invoice here. You can do few other things here by saying extra. You can generate delivery note for this item and send to the client. Yeah, so this is how the delivery note looks like. Okay, you can print this if you want, or you can also generate Proforma invoice and the name changes automatically, Proforma invoice, and send, depending on what you want to do. Okay, that's that. The next option is quotation. Yeah, proposal, you can send quotation on Ware, something like this here for quotes. Let's see if we have sent any quote. None so far. So we can generate one. Let's search for a client, Chooks. Alright. Yeah, 06 warehouse because we are in Lagos. So automatically selected it. Tax on, but we haven't added any product. Okay. You can send a note. Attach a note to this. Please take note of this quotation and revert with details. Okay, let's say 5 Mbps. Yeah, so 5 Mbps bandwidth. We're going to add tax, as the case may be, but this you can make it static by from the settings. Alright, say January 2022 internet subscription. Okay, then you can generate this quote. The quote has been generated. So if you come here to manage quote, it's going to show here automatically. So just show like the normal invoice. So you can email the quote here to the client, send the proposal. That's for the quote. Okay, then and once this quote is done, it can be integrated, convert to purchase order. It can be integrated to the inventory, which we're going to see later. Okay, so next is okay, we've seen purchase order. Let's go to inventory and stock, which is the core thing here. There is an option here for inventory management. Okay, you can add product categories for the inventory. Yeah, product categories. You can add subcategories also, right? So I've added general. Okay, this was done for a demo for a client. Sales tags. All right, so add new category. ABC product Lagos. You can copy same and add. Okay, so under this category, we will want to add a new product to that category. ABC product 1. Okay, so let's just copy that as code and paste. Yeah, product category, you can select the product category as ABC product. There's no sub, okay? But I think I've added something like sub before. Yeah, for this, there's sub. So just to show that we're adding a product, an item. Automatically it picks the warehouse name because we're in Lagos. Then we have product detail as the amount, that's the retail price. Yeah, the amount you're selling out to customers. Take for instance, we're selling it at 4,000 naira and the purchase price is 3,500. This is very key because the amount you're selling and amount of purchase is going to tell what happens at your income and profit. If you don't have it detailed, you will not be able to generate the right income and profit at the end of the day. So if we attach tax of 7.5% here, the stock unit is 40. There's no discount, so put it 0. A lot quantity is, if the stock unit is 40, at what threshold will this item get to before it gives you an alert? Let's say threshold of, if it gets to 10, which means if I give out invoice with stock quantity of 30, this particular item should be able to be listed on the alert interface, which you're going to see. I don't have any unit for this, and let's just add the product straight up. The product has been added. Okay, haven't added the product. Let's manage product. You see it here. Okay, ABC product. Price is this. Warehouse is this. Okay, so if we go to product categories, you see that ABC has 160,000. This is the amount you're expected to sell to get after selling this item. This is the purchase cost. So this minus this, automatically the gain here is expected to be 20,000 when you're finished, when you're done selling. Okay, so what I was saying, at a glance, you can take a look at what you're supposed to get out of a particular item. All right, let's quickly just generate an invoice for this particular item. Okay, Chooks is favored because it's short. Yeah, so say ABC product 1. Let's pick up 35 out of 40. So we'll be able to see the stock alert. Alright, so if you go to your dashboard here, you're going to see so many things. The invoice we've generated so far is 1. It's the dashboard. It's showing you today's invoice is 1. Okay, so if you scroll down here, you can see stock alert. Because we've taken the item below the threshold, we told it, okay, if the item goes up below less than or equal to 30 items, generate stock alert. We've taken out 35, so we have 5 units remaining. It's already telling us that this item is low, and it gives you the quantity remaining, 5. It tells you the name of the product and the location. Okay, so if you do similar thing to Abuja, an item in Abuja, it's also going to list it down here and tell you the location. Alright, so that's for inventory. Okay, you can track stock worth category wise, product area, and all that. So many of them. So customer management. Customer management, you can generate e-wallet for a customer. Take for instance, I have this. Okay, good enough. This item of this invoice was raised for Chooks that hasn't been paid. Yeah, this has not been paid. Let's do something. Okay, let's go to CRM. This is customer relationship management, and we have manage clients Chooks. Alright, so let's add a particular amount to Chooks. Oh, Chooks has 264,000 naira as his wallet, already added before. So let's come here to the manage invoice interface of Chooks. This that we just raised. We're going to pay. Chooks already made a deposit of 264,000 naira, which has not been utilized yet. So we've raised an invoice for Chooks at an invoice worth of 150,000. So let's pay for this. Let's make payment for this from Chooks balance, client balance. Let's see. So we're taking out 150,500. We'll see what the balance will look like when we do this. We'll make payment and we'll come here to manage invoice. Let's see, this has been paid. So let's go back to the client interface of Chooks, and see what Chooks got in his wallet as balance. Oh, boom, it has reduced. So on and on it goes. That's for customer management, e-wallet expenses. You can see what goes on, all that Chooks has done so far for one singular interface. You can view invoices. Chooks has generated has been generated on behalf of Chooks. You can view transactions. Others. Okay. Income summary. Okay, nothing yet because those are taken. There's no overdue, no expenses on his behalf. Account statement for this guy. All transactions made so far on behalf of Chooks can be generated. Oh, nothing. Nothing for Chooks. Okay. All right. Then, but from a glance, you should be able to see what goes on with the client, all things being equal. Yeah. The expenses, the income, the total amount due, and all that. Okay, wallet balance, this and that. All right. So next is income estimates by customer, then blah, blah, blah. Supplier management. We have interface for suppliers. Where do we have this? Yeah, for suppliers. You can add new suppliers. You can manage suppliers. There's nothing added here, but it's also possible. Next is account payment and invoice, which reflects account. Sales and purchase is integrated. We've seen sales already. Then transactions, we have all payment activity record and all that and all that. Data report, tickets. Let me just go through a few of them that we have here because of time. Okay, you can have warehouses. Excuse me. Yeah, because we're in Lagos, so it shows us the warehouse here. Have purchase order, manage orders. We don't have any here. If you generate purchase order, it will be there. The purchase order after generating can be added. Once it's paid, it automatically get added to the stock. Okay. CRM, we're done with this. You can raise tickets. Yes, there's client login interface, just like this. When you create a client, it generates automatically a login interface for the client. Yes, it changes to CRM. So this is the client interface. When the client Chooks logs in, he has his details, his e-wallet, this is the invoices raised on his behalf. The person can generate a ticket from there and it automatically shows on the interface. Okay, so let's go back to where we are and continue. Okay, so project, we can decide to raise a project, new project and all that. Account here, yeah, this is where we can manage accounts. We haven't added one and that's why it wasn't showing in the payment interface when we wanted to make payment for an invoice. Yes, ideally we're supposed to have, we want to make payment for an invoice. Account is supposed to show here, but nothing has been added there. So if you add an account, it's going to be showing balance sheet, account statement, transaction, view transaction, new transaction, income, expenses. Let's click and see what happens on the income. Okay, so we don't have an account. There's no way all that the invoices and whatever we generated is not being added anywhere because there is no account created. So this is very crucial before continuing any activity because that also is going to tell on your statement of account statement. I'm doubting if there's anything going to be here. There's nothing there. So let's see if it does any magic. So it will not show anything because there's no accounts created. So here is where you have to manage employees and all that and all that. So manage employees, you can create a new employee. Remember, the employee you're creating here is in Lagos. So your employee name and the role, we have sales manager, business owner, salesperson, inventory manager, and project manager. Location is Lagos and all that. So it's preferable, well, before you create this, you log in into the interface of the location before creating users to that location. So it will be attached to the location strictly. So which we see on another video another day. Okay, department. You can also there's option for payroll where you can add the employee, the amount the person is going to be paid, and the account from where the payment will be made, and the type is always expenses. It's good so that at the end of the month, when you initiate salary payment for each of them, it will also reflect on your income and profit. Okay, employee payment as expenses and cash and all that and all that. So that is it for now. You can export transaction and all that and all that. So coming back here, you can see there isn't much in this place now. So in another video, we're going to have the full settings done. We'll create an account so that we can now see what happens when we make payment, when we make purchase, when we pay a supplier, when you pay one of your employees. Then you can have histories here. Your expenses is 0. Income is also showing 0 because we've not created any account. So we've successfully done few things. We can see the stock alert here when it's done, and then the invoice, the items manager, product categories, warehouses, stock transfer. So in the next videos, we'll be creating users from different against each of the locations, so we can see exactly what goes on. This junction. Thanks for your time and thanks for listening, and have a great day. Bye.